Hello, and thank you for tuning in for yet another episode of TGIF Renegades.
Coming at ya!
Oh,
Still can't make that basket yet.
one of these days. I am Kenny, and this is my co-host, Alex.
Hello, everybody! Woo!
If you aren't yet familiar with the show...
I'm sorry.
Still going?
Yeah, I'm excited, pumped.
It's Friday.
It's Friday!
It's Friday night, and I just got paid.
Is that a song? That's a great song.
Yeah,
That is.
that's a
And the other thing is, we don't get paid anymore. We both
Right,
are
no.
stay-at-home dads,
No.
so...
Unless anyone out there listening
Yeah,
wants to.
if you want to pay us...
to hear this quality
We do need beer money.
conversations. That's true.
But anyway, I'm sorry.
All right. As I was saying, if you're not familiar with the show, Alex and I, and like every kid in the 90s, was obsessed with TGIF on ABC. We just thought, why not every Friday,
Why not?
drink some beer, talk about the show that we used to love and we still love today. Actually, two shows, Full House and Family Matters. So with all that said, Alex, it's time to crack open a beer and get into this because it's TGIF.
All right. What are we doing today? Who are we going with?
Are
we going to San Fran or Chicago?
we're going to Chi-Town to start tonight
All right.
because I was going to go with Full House, but I'm going because you decided to
I'm ready. I'm ready.
hoop it up
Hoop it up.
just for Basketball Blues. That's
Basketball Blues. I mean, me and Eddie are two peas in a pod on this one.
Right now, you look like Uncle Jesse dressing up like Eddie.
Yeah, well, I think that's exactly right.
It looks
Yeah.
good.
Just gonna go shoot some hoops.
Yeah, you gotta do a Who Wore It Best.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm definitely gonna do a Who Wore It Best on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, because I
So you guys are gonna have to check that out. Who wore it best, me or Eddie? Eddie's a little more sweatier than I am in what we're gonna be talking about.
That's true.
If you're gonna watch the episode.
All right, let's get into it. So, Family Matters, Season 1, Episode 6. The title is Basketball Blues, and the date that it originally aired was November 3rd, 1989. So they're getting close to the end of the year,
yeah.
getting around the holidays.
Yeah.
Maybe holiday episodes are around the corner.
And I'm hoping for a good review on this from our
from
friends
IMDb?
over at what is it?
IMDb.
IMDb, yeah. What's the rating?
IMDb rating is a 6.9. I believe that's 3 in a row that are.
I think you're right. Two at least.
I think they've hit 6.9 3 times.
Oh, okay, just not in a row.
Right.
Yeah.
But 6.9 out of 10, so they're staying around a 7.
Staying strong.
But we get right into the cold open, where we have all the ladies are in the kitchen. So it's Harriet, Mother Winslow, Rachel, Laura, and then little Richie is there. But no Judy. That's why I said all the women are
Yeah, exactly.
all the girls are in there. So it's little Richie's there, but Judy's not.
Here we go. I don't know why this is a thing. You're going to talk about it here, but I do not know why this is a thing with these episodes.
Okay.
Carry on.
All right. So, yeah, no Judy. She actually does not even make an appearance in this entire episode.
That's why I got a 6.9.
So Rachel talks baby to little Richie.
It just makes me so mad. Do it. Do her voice in a baby talk. Like you do Joey's.
Hey, my little fella, my little baby boy.
And then Grandma Winslow is like,
Oh my gosh.
Go on, my little baby. Oh, it's
Man.
cringeworthy.
Yes. So Rachel talks baby to little Richie and then talks for little Richie. I'm a little boy. or whatever she says. And Laura looks over in disgust. Then Rachel says goodnight to Mother Winslow and Harriet in the baby voice.
Yeah.
So, and she's and they say goodnight in baby voice.
It carries on way too long.
It does. Then Laura says, I can't believe it. You bring a baby in the room and you get adults talking like Roger Rabbit.
Please.
That's what he used to do. That was the Roger Rabbit.
Okay, I was wondering because I was like, I couldn't think of it.
Yeah.
Please. And okay, it makes perfect sense. That's what they sound like.
Yep. Then the music starts. And notice in the opening, Eddie and Carl, the bump elbows or whatever, playing basketball. Leads into what we're in for the episode.
Yeah.
Pound that, Wilson. When's the last time you played basketball with that?
Hey,
boy?
hey, buddy. His name isn't Wilson. You'll find out this. It's not Wilson.
Yeah, you're right.
It's Chad.
Yours is Chad?
Yep, mine's
All
Chad.
Right. All right. So now we go into the episode where Harriet is. Guess where she's at?
Oh, let me guess. Let me take a hint. Clue here. Probably in the kitchen.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
She's in the kitchen messing with flowers. So instead of cooking for once,
she's now messing with flowers.
Yeah. Why not? Their house must smell like cookies and flowers all day.
Man.
So Carl comes home from work, says, "Hey, sugar," then explains that his day was exhausting and he doesn't know if he has the strength to kiss her hello. Have you ever had those days?
No.
We don't work as hard as Carl.
No, probably. What?
Maybe after we do this podcast, I'm too exhausted.
Way too exhausted. I think it would be more like I'm way too drunk.
Yeah. So he's too exhausted to even kiss her hello, and she says, "Your loss."
I don't think it is, but okay.
And Carl says he'll push himself, and they kiss. What a sweet guy. So corny. So Harriet shows him all the school handouts in Eddie's trash. And it's
a shit ton.
I know, it's so. But do you remember? Now I don't remember high school like getting as many handouts, but I remember in grade school. Like,
I do too.
I just remember like throwing some away before my parents would even see them because I'm like,
that's true. I remember getting a lot. I'm just like, I don't.
Yeah, my parents don't care about this.
No, I don't really want my parents to care about it, so I threw them away.
Yeah, and that's what Eddie did.
Yeah,
threw them in the trash.
Same person.
Yeah. So she's like, it's no wonder we miss out on all the school events. And Carl's reading through some of them, and he says, "I can't believe we missed out on this." And Harriet says, "I knew you'd be upset about missing the school bake sale." But he was actually talking about the basketball tryouts. It's 3 weeks away.
Oh.
And Eddie needs to have started training by now.
He's never practiced basketball?
Right. So Harriet's like, 3 weeks seems like plenty of time.
To me it does.
Yeah, that's way more than enough time.
I think so.
I'll try out for a basketball team right now.
Yeah, I could probably make one.
You can walk on in what you're wearing.
Yeah.
Then Carl goes on a huge rant that Eddie needs to make the team because it could affect his whole life. He says if he doesn't make the team, he could end up alone. No wife, no kids, eating cold soup out of a can.
I know. I was like,
Jeez, dude. So in comes Eddie, and Carl like explodes at him that he needs to get ready to go to the school to practice some basketball with them. And Eddie puts up a little fight, but Carl says, "Eddie, your father has spoken." And Eddie goes upstairs to get ready per his dad's request.
He's so upset about this.
Yeah.
He just got home.
Yeah.
He has to go back.
Yeah, he just got home from school, has to get ready to go.
He was looking fly, too.
He was looking good.
He was looking good.
He probably had plans to hang out with Rodney or something.
Probably.
So now back from the school basketball workouts, Carl busts in the kitchen where Harriet, Laura, and Mother Winslow are.
Like he's a boxing trainer. That's what he's acting like. Yeah.
And he says Edward just completed his first basketball workout, and he is looking sharp. And Mother Winslow says, "Well, isn't that the highlight of my day?" Oh, I really missed her last episode.
I know.
So Harriet asks where Eddie is. And Carl says he made him dribble home from behind the car. Like, how far away is it?
That's cool. I don't know. Man.
Yeah. So, which then Harriet asks if he might be pushing Eddie a little bit much. And Carl says, no. He's just bringing out the talent that Eddie has. He's a good dad.
He is a good dad. I mean, he wants to make that team.
Yeah. He says Eddie was blessed with the height for basketball that he never was. And Laura says, it's okay. You've got width. In comes Eddie, dribbling the ball into the kitchen, and Carl says the new rule is Eddie is to eat, sleep, and live with the basketball. And give it a name like the pros do.
Stupid.
Yeah. He pretty much looks at him like... And Carl says, name it. Your father has spoken. And Eddie says, I'll name it Fred.
It's a great name.
It is, and Carl's like not really too impressed with it, but all right.
It's like, all right, Fred.
Yeah. So Carl tells Eddie to change his clothes, and then he, Fred, and Eddie will watch basketball highlights. And Eddie's like, ugh. And Eddie starts walking up towards his room, and he reminds Eddie he needs to dribble the basketball all the way to his room. You gotta go all
The stairs dribbling?
And he's in the attic, so like there's got to be at least 2 sets of
Yeah,
stairs.
it's going to be really loud up there dribbling.
He's probably going to hit the side, and it's going to go down.
Oh, all down all the stairs. Hit the flowers that his mom just put together.
Yeah.
Harriet's going to be pissed.
That would suck. Once Eddie goes, Carl's smiling over at everyone, and Mother Winslow, yeah, he's just a big old grin. Mother Winslow says, "This is going to be a long season." I love her little quips.
I do too.
Next morning, Carl walks in the kitchen, and Eddie is following, being forced to dribble his basketball more by his dad. Eddie says it's 5 a.m. on Saturday, and he's pooped.
Yeah.
Which, clearly, I mean, what teenager would want to wake up? You woke up early all the time, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
But
Yeah.
5 a.m.?
No, probably not 5, but 6.
It's basketball training. You gotta wake up at 5.
Gotta wake up early.
Yep. So Eddie sits down at the table to rest.
You don't make, you don't make eggs when the sun doesn't shine? What's that saying?
I don't even know that.
You don't make bread. It's the bread that... Damn it.
The chicken comes before the egg, or the
No, it's like you gotta make bread before the sun sets or some bullshit like that. Okay, never mind.
All right, moving on. Carl starts to make breakfast, and Harriet comes down, and she's probably pissed because he's encroaching on her kitchen time.
Yeah.
But Eddie's half asleep at the table. He's sleeping on Fred. And she says Carl needs to quit making him work so hard. Harriet goes off on Carl about not being so obsessed about basketball.
He wasn't making him breakfast, by the way.
No.
So he's just cracking raw eggs into a cup,
right,
or a pitcher.
Yeah.
And he's like, Eddie, you got to eat this or drink this, Eddie. Slams on the table,
Yeah.
like, jeez.
It's just like 4 eggs or something.
Yeah, 4 eggs. He isn't. What, Beauty and the Beast did that. The Beast did that in Beauty and the Beast. So, yeah.
He's got bulk up, man.
Yeah.
Protein. Carl says, "Listen, woman, my domain in this house is sports."
Yeah, I would not say that to Harriet.
No, I wouldn't say that to my wife.
No, I wouldn't say that to my wife either.
But Harriet would scare the crap out of me. So Harriet says, "Why? Because you're the man? Just because your face grows hair while your head loses it doesn't mean Diddy."
Damn.
Yeah, she laid it down, and Carl and Eddie take off anyway. As I don't think there was really a resolve on that. Like Carl just like, okay,
Okay, sorry. He wouldn't say sorry.
No, he just said, "Come on, Edward," or whatever, and then they go and he has them high step out the door, up. And Eddie asks really sadly, his voice it broke my heart because he's like, "Dad, can I ride in the car this time?" And Carl doesn't even really answer, and they just leave out the back door. Now we're in the school gymnasium now, and Carl and Eddie are practicing, and Eddie shoots a layup really poorly, and Carl's like, "No,
Not gonna work.
nope, that's not how you make it to the pros."
Nope. You're gonna be eating that soup, that cold soup.
So Carl continues to push Eddie too much, and Eddie's like, "I really wanted to go to the mall today." And Carl basically tells him he gets from noon until 2 free to do as he wants. So two hours. 2 full hours he gets free. And then he is all Carl's again.
He wants to see the babes at the mall.
Yeah.
That's,
Saturday, prime time at the mall.
prime time for those babes.
Yep. And Eddie says, "Okay." I can't remember how it leads up to it, but they kind of argue back and forth, and Eddie says, "Okay, Dad, I quit." And Carl tells Eddie to come back. "Your father has spoken." But this time, Eddie is
He's out
not
those
listening.
doors.
Yep.
Do you see that gym though? That's a rough looking gym.
They're in Chicago, man.
I
It's,
guess it's probably like that's how gyms looked in the 70s and
in
more
the
80s, you know.
Yep. Yeah,
So-
they haven't. I bet that gym now is nice hardwood floors.
Yeah, I mean the water fountain scares me. There's a water fountain right in the background.
Yeah. I remember.
So
that
if you're going for a ball,
oh
you hit that water fountain, you're cracking your head wide open.
yeah, crack
Like,
a
get
hip
that
on the-
shit out of there. Get that in the locker room. They don't even need
Yeah,
get a water bottle.
But
And do you remember it all over the gym too? It says no street shoes.
yes,
all
I
over.
saw
I
it.
always found that funny because I remember that no street shoes.
Yeah.
So I
You had to bring your gym shoes to
bring
play
gym shoes.
Yep. So back at home in the kitchen, Rachel is cooking some brioche.
Brioche, huh?
Brioche. Yep.
The hell is a brioche?
Well, it's basically, I don't really even know, but it's basically a kind of like a muffin sort of a thing.
okay.
At least that's what it looked like. Now Rachel was cooking it, so I don't for sure know. But
Yeah.
I kind of skipped this part earlier. But Rachel, during the breakfast part, Rachel didn't know how to make eggs because somebody says Rachel, cooked. Or Harriet took the drink from Eddie,
Right.
the eggs, and said, "Rachel, make
some
eggs." Yeah, and she had no idea what to do.
She had to look in the cookbook how to make
Yes.
scrambled eggs.
Yes.
And Harriet's like, it's scrambled eggs!
Yeah.
All pissed off, yeah. I mean,
The
that's
nasty
really...
older sister.
It's like, how do you not know how to make scrambled eggs?
Scrambled eggs are like the easiest thing. So that got her all fired up to learn how to cook now.
Yeah.
So she basically says she took 4 hours to make muffins, essentially. To which Mother Winslow says, in that amount of time, she could make a Thanksgiving dinner for 16. And that includes catching the bird.
Damn, really? In
4
4 hours? It's a lie, but maybe Mother Winslow.
Mother Winslow knows what she's doing in the kitchen. It turns out Rachel sucks at baking or cooking. The storyline is slightly pointless. I mean, it's kind of interweaved throughout the episode, but
Yeah.
in general, the whole thing is pointless.
It's just to get Rachel on camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But in my thoughts, is the storyline is pointless, but Mother Winslow is like spot on in this scene because Rachel then says, talking about her food, she says, "You want to go first?" And Mother Winslow says, "Sure, I'll probably be the one to go first anyway." and then when Mother Winslow tries it, Rachel goes, "Are they good?" And Mother Winslow says, They're everything I expected them to be." and she has like a look of disgust on her face.
She has great one-liners.
She was amazing. And in the living room comes Carl, and he's looking for Eddie because he has Will the Thrill Morgan coming to meet Eddie.
Woo! Big
The Thrill.
The Thrill, big professional basketball player.
Oh, yeah. At the door is Will, and Carl opens it and introduces Harriet and Will.
Hey, I'm Will. The Thrill Morgan.
His voice is
It
deep.
was really deep. It was like he was nervous or something. So he
Yeah.
was. That's what I used to do when I used to answer the phone.
Hello?
Especially when my voice was changing. Like I'd be, my parents would be like, I'd be talking to them and I'd be like, "Hey guys, what's up?" And they'd go, "Kenny, the phone's for you." And hello.
So you think that's what Will
Yeah.
the Thrill is
He
doing?
was in front of some random people.
Hey, nice to meet you, Harriet.
He left there and he's like, "Hey guys." But Harriet is giving Will the sexy eyes.
Yeah.
Which,
I'm surprised he stuck around.
yeah,
Hey, Carl, I gotta go.
That's what I would think.
I gotta get the hell out of here. So Carl basically tries to kick her out to get drinks for everyone because he's like, "Yikes, she's giving the sexy eyes to this tall, good-looking guy compared to my fat ass." Turns out Carl convinced Will to come over because Carl was interested in buying his Porsche.
Really, Will
Yeah,
the Thrill?
yeah, he was like,
Morgan?
He really thought Carl was interested.
Okay.
Yeah. And Harriet wasn't quite out the doors when Will the Thrill Morgan asked Carl if he was interested in buying the Porsche. And Harriet
snaps her neck back.
Yeah, and she walks in and wants to talk to Carl in private. So they go into the kitchen where Rachel's still trying to bake. And Harriet yells at him for lying to get the man over there. They argue about the situation for a bit as Rachel leaves to the living room because she's like, ooh, I don't want to be in the middle of this argument.
Well, nobody wants to be around Carl when he gets pissed off.
No. So she takes off and then she quick comes back. And she's all excited about Will the Thrill Morgan's there. So she leaves to go fix herself up.
She has to put on another dress.
Yeah, she needs a hot outfit.
Yeah.
Not one that Alan Smith would have seen.
No. You know what? No. I remember. I know what she wears.
Oh, gosh dang. So she leaves, and back in the living room comes Carl, and also Mother Winslow starts into the room at the same time. So Carl tries to introduce him, and she goes, this man needs no introduction. Will the Thrill Morgan. and like they beeline it to each other.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's nice to meet you. And like sticks out his hand, and she says, if you really meant that, you'd plant one right here, and points to a Jeep.
Mother Winslow.
And he does. He bends down at like 5 feet down and threw her a kiss on the cheek.
She went like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, like,
What did she say? What did she say? Something like,
I'm going to tell all my friends about Will Morgan.
Yeah.
She ran to her room. I can only imagine why she ran to her room after that. But
she booked it.
She booked it. And then, keep going.
Yeah.
Because my mind's a-floating.
So the Thrill asks Carl if he is ready to see the car. And in walks Eddie, all excited when he sees Will Morgan is there. And Carl tries to get Will talking about basketball with Eddie. And
Yeah, he's like, hey, Morgan, can we go? You want to go shoot some hoops with Eddie and maybe show him a few? I just want to show you Eddie's talents and everything.
Yeah. So then they're like, all right. And
Yeah,
so,
Morgan's like, oh, I thought we were going to talk about the Porsche, but
Yeah. And Eddie runs up to like change or something to go. And Will says he's getting the idea Carl didn't really want the car.
Yeah.
He's onto him.
You got about like 8 people living in this house. Where are you coming up with the money for a Porsche?
Right.
Yeah, because I mean, this show it's like your blue collar family household. So obviously a Porsche is going to be out of the picture.
Right. So Carl tells the Thrill that Eddie quit basketball and he was hoping Will would help him change his mind by talking to him. So he agrees to help, and they all leave together. And when they're out the door, down comes Rachel, all snazzy to meet Will.
It took her forever.
It did. Yeah.
She comes down in that it's a flowerful dress.
It was.
Yeah.
What color was it? Like a black dress?
It was black with like blue. I think some blue and pink flower dress. Yeah.
All right.
Looking sharp.
Yeah.
Looking.
But now she was a wreck. She was baking, so it did.
Do you think she showered?
Maybe she had to wash her face, probably.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
get her hair done.
Yeah. Shave.
Yeah.
Shave. Shower.
Yes.
Got it. Makes sense now.
Yeah. So, but she comes down and they're all gone, and I can't remember. She says something.
It didn't get me to laugh.
No, I didn't get. The audience loved it. The fake audience.
I know what she said. She said, well, there's no thrill anymore. And she walked up. That's what she said.
Now we're at the gym again, and Eddie is showing them his skills. Ooh, boom, boom, boom.
Did you see that basket he made? So he shoots like a basket. It bounces, it hits the backboard and goes in. And Carl's like, Will, did you see that? Oh, that's a shot for you. It's like, that was like a terrible shot, but I just noticed. It made me laugh.
Yeah.
The audience didn't laugh, but I laughed.
Right. Will goes to show Eddie some moves, then asks if he can talk to Eddie alone without Carl around. But before Carl leaves, Carl tries to guard Will, and
He's like, I used to play basketball in my day. You remember? He's like,
yeah.
Eddie, watch.
He's like half the height of Will the Thrill.
Yeah. He's like, Eddie, watch. Now, watch this. And then Will the Thrill Morgan does some spin move and slam dunks on that, like, 6-foot rim.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Like, would you really brag to your kid that you're going to be this awesome defender against a professional basketball player?
Come on, Carl. Take it down a notch.
Yeah. Now, so we leave the scene with, Will was going to talk to Eddie alone without Carl. So back at the house, Carl is talking with Harriet at home. So he just leaves his kid with professional basketball player. So essentially a stranger. Yeah. A high-paid stranger.
Oh, wait, they all didn't ride together?
They did. Well, maybe not. Maybe Will the Thrill Morgan was like, I'm not riding
I'm not
with
gonna ride.
some...
But don't you think, like, you sure you don't want to check out the Porsche if you want to buy it?
Yeah.
So maybe the high school isn't too far away
Yeah,
from the house.
maybe.
Okay.
It's probably within one. I mean, it's got to be somewhat close if you had him dribble the way home. You would hope
It's
that
not
far.
like a 5-mile dribble.
Right.
Yeah.
But Carl's talking with Harriet that they've been gone for 2 hours, so he's sure Will convinced Eddie to play again.
They're just hot riding around in the Porsche.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Eddie's probably like, let's pick up chicks. I got to catch up to Uncle Jesse.
Yeah.
In come Will and Eddie, and Will says that Eddie's a good basketball player. He has a little talk about how Carl isn't going to buy the Porsche. Surprise.
Shocker.
Yeah. And then,
I like how you accidentally said Porsche.
I know I did.
You were thinking about that Porsche.
Yeah, I'm
'cause
already
it's not in this episode.
I know, I'm already pissed. I had to throw Porsche in there because it's not in the episode.
I know.
So then Will shakes Eddie's hand and says, good luck, and leaves. But once he's gone, Carl pries into what they may have talked about, hoping it, ooh, basketball. And Carl says, well, good, then we should get back to the court tomorrow then. And Eddie says he still doesn't want to play basketball. Will told him to do what makes him happy, and he is happy not playing basketball. So,
Yikes.
yeah.
Yikes.
Eddie says, I was this close to going back to basketball. Then you had me talk to Will. Thanks, Dad.
No.
And Carl looks sad as I think the
Yeah, damn it.
starts playing, and his plan backfired. So we're back from the commercial, and now it's nighttime, and Carl's all alone at the high school gym shooting some hoops. Like, what? Do they leave these doors open?
Well, I mean, I guess he's a cop, so they trust him.
Well, that's true, but how does he have a key there?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, what?
Just open gym 24/7 for anybody.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he had special permit. Maybe he asked if he could get the
That's true.
keys, and like you said, they're like, well, you're the local cop. We'll trust you.
Yeah.
Big Carl.
Big Carl shooting some hoops by himself.
Yeah. And in comes Harriet quietly into the gym, too. Like, seriously. So Carl's clearly upset as he's shooting hoops. And he's shooting some long range shots there. He's looking good.
He might.
He might have been a pretty good
I
basketball
think
player. He's just put on a few LBs since high school.
a lot of LBs.
So Harriet comes over and they talk about the situation, and Harriet suggests that maybe Carl was trying to live out his own fantasy in Eddie. And he admits that's probably true. She says Eddie seems a lot happier now than when he was doing Carl's workouts. And she says it appears the only person that's not happy is you.
You're always right, Harriet.
She's always right.
Yeah, honestly.
Now back at home, in the kitchen where Eddie is eating ice cream. And Carl walks in to share some of it.
Of course. Did you see that? Because this is me noticing shit.
Right.
Did you see the spoon? So it must be been a mixing spoon.
Okay.
Because I was like, holy shit, that's a long spoon.
Yeah,
like the
I did.
spoon is huge.
Yeah, you did have a big spoon.
So if you're watching like the episode, look at the spoon during this time.
Like, why would you pick that spoon of any spoon?
Well, I think it was on the counter, so it was just easy to grab.
Maybe.
But it was just funny, like, okay, that's the spoon you're gonna pick.
Right. Isn't this where, doesn't Eddie say something like, "Don't worry, Dad, I was going to eat the whole thing,"
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something
Yeah,
like
he's
that?
like, "Oh, hey, Dad, I'm just eating ice cream, but don't worry, I was going to eat the whole thing."
yeah. And then Carl's like, "Well, I'll share some."
I'll step in, because
Yeah.
that's the only carton of ice cream left.
Yeah. Carl apologizes for pushing him too much about basketball, and Eddie says maybe he'll play next year. And Carl admits he always had a dream that Eddie would become a professional basketball player. But if it isn't Eddie's dream, there's nothing wrong with that. So Carl asks what Eddie thinks and dreams about now. And Eddie says, "Girls."
Yeah.
And then he says something else, like what else he dreams about, and he says, or what else he daydreams about, or something. He says, movies. And he's like, well, Carl's like, well, maybe you'll be a director someday or an actor. And he's like, no, taking girls to the movies.
Oh yeah, Eddie has his priorities right.
Yeah, he's on the Uncle Jesse track.
Yeah.
So as we found out last episode, Uncle Jesse is 24.
Right.
So Eddie's like 15. So
Right.
there's 9 years to catch up. I mean, he's got a chance.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you said that, because we were trying to figure out how old they were.
Yeah.
How old Uncle Jesse was.
Last episode,
Yeah.
Uncle Jesse said he was 24.
24, yeah.
And Eddie, I think they said Eddie's 15.
Yep.
Yeah, a couple episodes ago.
Yep.
But basically, Eddie's saying he doesn't dream about anything important in Carl's mind.
Yeah, right.
So here we cue the sentimental music, because Carl says the most important part about a dream isn't when you find it. It's once you do, you never give up on it. And whenever you find that dream, I'll always be there for you.
Wow.
And they hug, and Eddie starts eating Rachel's muffin things.
Wow. I'm glad. You think Eddie was like, "Shoo! I'm glad he didn't bring up my wet dreams."
Yeah. He's like, luckily you didn't pry too hard into what I dream about. And the box of Kleenex by my side.
With my Vaseline. Woo! He thought this was a birds and the bees talk coming up.
Yeah, he dodged a bullet on that one.
Yeah.
But they hug, and Eddie starts to eat Rachel's muffin things, and Carl tries to warn him that they aren't good, but Eddie's enjoying it. So
He scoops some ice cream on top of that shit.
Yeah. And he's like got a pleased face, like he's
Pretty good.
yeah.
Yeah, he's eating it like an apple.
Yeah.
Son of a
That's
bitch.
how nasty.
Well, he's probably hungry.
That's true.
Carl got some on a diet and all that.
Yeah, I mean,
Man.
but then so Carl just leaves him to enjoy the nasty muffin, and that's the end.
That's the episode, huh?
That's the episode.
Oh. It was a good episode.
It was a good episode. It was. I loved Mother Winslow in it, of course. Her line, her 1-2 punches were good. So a little trivia is this is the only episode in the series which Eddie shows a lack of interest in basketball.
Yeah? Yeah.
Of course, it's in the future seasons, but he actually has dreams of becoming a basketball player.
Which is weird because, like, in his room from last week
Yes.
that we saw, I mean, his room has Michael Jordan and basketball hoops, and
Yeah. I mean,
so it's kind of like our camper.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, studio.
Yeah,
Studio.
right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess you can like watching basketball, but not want to play.
Yeah. But he didn't even want to watch
That's
films.
true. He didn't want to watch. Maybe it was just with Carl.
Yeah.
Maybe with his boys, he
Yeah.
would have watched. But also, I was excited when literally, when Will the Thrill Morgan came on.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, because he talked about how he met him trying to get tickets for a Bulls game, is what
Yeah.
Carl said.
Yeah.
I think he said Bulls Pacers, maybe, but I can't remember what the other team. I know Bulls, obviously, because they're Chicago. But I was so excited because I'm like, I was just watching it, and I'm like, after this, I can't wait to look up his stats.
Yeah.
That's going to be part of my trivia. Is going to be spit out all these Will the Thrill Morgan stats, but Will the Thrill Morgan is not a real basketball player.
Yeah, they just, not yet. I guess Family Matters didn't have the money to actually get a real basketball player, right?
Well, with it only being a 6th episode of a show,
Right.
you assume the big stars won't come till later.
Right.
Maybe second season. I think a lot of shows do that. First season, you get fake act. You just bring in whoever will sign on to be a
Right.
person on your show. But then, like, usually after the first season, you kind of gauge where you're at, and then you start bringing in celebrities.
And celebrities probably want to like be a part of it then and
Yeah.
stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Do you? I know some. Are you done with trivia?
I am done with my trivia.
Okay, so a little more trivia for you.
Oh, boy.
Do you know what other episodes Will the Thrill? I can't remember his name. I think it's Bolden something, but Will the Thrill
Okay.
Morgan was on other shows.
Other
Other
shows.
shows. I'm sorry.
My guess would be Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
I think he does make an appearance on Hanging with
Does he?
Mr. Cooper.
He looks like a guy that would be on Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
I guess I'm thinking more. So he actually is a basketball player in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
And he's an actor. Kindergarten Cops, too.
Okay.
So yeah.
Wow.
So he actually has a acting career.
Right.
Yeah.
He's not just some tall guy that
Tall guy that
talks deep.
talks deep. But and one more thing, it's crazy because you actually think he's a basketball
Oh,
player.
yeah. I was sold.
Because not just because he's tall, he has a deep voice. Because he's like awkward.
Yeah.
And
oh, yeah.
if you watch any like celebrity basketball players,
Uh-huh.
they're always awkward.
Yeah.
And like
They look like they don't... I mean, they don't act.
Yeah, they
as,
don't
like,
act.
a career, so...
and so he did. I don't know if he meant to or but not.
He's
But I
just a
mean,
bad actor.
bad actor. He made it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So what's in the mind of Alex this episode?
So I was thinking about this. I think I would have loved Rachel's muffins.
You think so?
I don't think that they were that bad. I think everybody was giving her a hell of a time.
Yeah.
For these muffins.
Wasn't it?
Somebody knocked on them like they were hard, but I don't think that they were.
Like, you just got to throw them in the microwave.
Yeah.
Anytime we bake something and we sometimes leave it out, and then it gets a little hard. You just toss it in the microwave for a couple minutes.
And it was brilliant with Eddie putting it on some ice cream.
Yeah.
Because have you ever had like baked goods with some ice cream?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. I'm not a huge ice cream fan, but
Right.
baked goods and on ice cream is actually really good.
it's good.
It's
Yeah.
really good. So what else is on my mind? It got me thinking about my basketball.
Okay.
days. So
yeah.
so
Let's hear some Alex's basketball glory days.
so I played JV basketball in high school.
Okay. Yeah.
Thought I was good and stuff.
Star of the
So
team.
this I'm watching the whole episode. I'm just thinking about my basketball career.
Right. Right.
So this is how my basketball career went. One of the starters on the JV basketball team got a bloody nose,
Okay.
and he had to get out of the game because he
Yeah.
had blood on his
Blood on the uniform.
uniform. The coach goes, Gellert,
Oh.
Alex, come here.
Come here.
So I'm pumped, and he comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, Alex, give him your jersey. He needs to get back in the game." So, I mean, mind you, this is before a varsity, JV plays and then varsity plays.
So all the varsity fans
So
are already there.
it's third quarter after halftime. Stands are packed. Here I am, whipping off my jersey, and I'm just this scrawny lengthy
little-
guy with no shirt on in front of everybody in the gym. And he's like, "Go back to the end of the bench." So here I'm just sitting at the end of the bench. My friends, my parents, my family, and everybody's out. Here I am. Everybody thought I was going in. Like, honestly, people were cheering. And here I am, just taking off my shirt in front of everybody.
Oh god.
And then I go to the end of the basket. So through the whole episode, it's on my mind like, that was my JV career.
Yep.
Shirtless for the rest of the game. It was so cold too.
Oh, yeah.
Gyms are cold if you're
Yeah.
not playing.
Oh yeah.
You want to hear one more quick story?
Yeah.
So another game.
Okay.
Since obviously I guess I wasn't good at basketball, I started giving the good players, water.
Yeah.
So technically, I guess I was water boy. Coach goes, Alex, stop giving him water. This is true story. He literally looks behind. There's two 10-year-old kids. He goes, "Guys, come down here and start giving the players water." So these 2 10-year-old kids were now sitting in front of me on the bench. I was behind 2 10-year-old kids on the bench.
So it was like the coach, the rest of your team, two
10-year-olds, and me.
a water cooler,
And me. That's it. That's how it was. Can you believe that?
Because you were too slow at giving him water?
Yeah, I was too slow at giving him water. Son of a bitch. That's how my basketball career ended. I stuck it out the season, but that was it. I was done. So I was watching the episode, but this whole thing was on my mind the whole time. I was reliving my
Glory.
air quotes glory days. So
Didn't you have a story? Didn't Wilson Chandler dunk over you?
no, that was over one of my good friends.
Okay,
So, yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he dunked over him.
Yeah.
And Wilson Chandler became an actual professional basketball player.
Right.
That's pretty cool. That was
He's-
really cool. Yeah. Really great guy, though. Nice
Oh, yeah.
guy.
Okay.
So,
So anyways, that was
it.
on the mind
That
of
was on my
Alex,
mind
that
the
was
whole
for sure.
episode. So, yeah.
So our next episode of Family Matters is Body Damage.
Body damage, huh?
Whose body's gonna get damaged?
Oh, Mother Winslow? Huh?
Probably by Will the Thrill Morgan.
By Will the Thrill Morgan.
And speaking of Will the Thrill Morgan, let's hop into Will the Thrill Morgan's red Porsche.
Oh,
Since Carl ain't buying it.
You
Well-
think since he has money,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
gonna buy our beer for us?
Oh yeah,
But I'm thinking, so you're gonna pretend that we're interested in the car,
right. Obviously,
right?
I'll
We're just
sell
gonna take it for a spin
Right. Yeah, we're
because you're
take
gonna have to drive. I mean, Will can't drive; his legs are huge.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be cramped going all the way to San
He has to
Francisco.
drive with his knees.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be cramped.
Yeah.
So you just pretend.
Yeah, we need to do a test drive. We got to ride around the block.
I'll take him to a bar real quick, and we'll have some drinks, and
Yeah.
then you can drive us around the block.
Yeah,
like
that
we're gonna
makes-
buy it, and then you just take off for San Francisco.
Exactly. I'm in.
All right. Wow,
But,
we're cruising in style.
yeah. So we'll take his red Porsche and go from Chicago over to San Francisco for a little full house.
Hey, thanks, Will the Thrill Morgan. Sorry, Kenny just couldn't come up with the money. I would have bought it from you, but safe trip back to Chicago. Bye.
All right, so on to Full House, season 1.
I was waiting to crack this beer open.
Full House, season 1, episode 6. Title is Daddy's Home.
Daddy's home.
And the date this one aired was October 23rd, 1987.
All right.
IMDb rating 7.0. So they've hit the.
That's
They've not dipped. Oh, last episode they dipped under 7 because of just the guys. No kids involved. It dipped below 7.
That's
Now,
why we're back up.
yep. Now the kids are back.
Yeah.
So no cold open. Per usual so far. Just Uncle Jesse and Joey rolling down the hill. While DJ and Danny are kicking a soccer ball past them. You know
So stupid.
what?
What grown men are rolling down a hill?
What do they possibly do? What grown men do that?
Hey, let's go roll down this hill.
Anyways, so we're into the episode, and DJ comes down into the living room with Michelle and puts her in baby jail, or her playpen.
There's a lot of shit in that playpen, too.
Yeah, she does. Joey is rocking a weird combo of a button-down shirt and a tie that don't match.
It looks awful.
It's so bad. But in the background, his mannequin is rocking the same outfit.
Is he?
Yes. Meaning he has 2 sets of the same crappy outfit.
Shitty outfit. It's just horrendous. That tie is huge.
Yes. That was like the 80s ties. I mean, because I have some ties that were given to me because I used to wear ties at work all the time. And like any new tie I bought is, pretty thin,
Yeah.
and, normal size. And this dude knew I wore ties all the time. And so he gave me his dead dad's ties.
You were doing dead guy ties.
Yes. And they were huge. They were so fat.
Oh, God.
It was...
He's just trying to be his own man, I guess.
Yep. Joey asks if this will go good for Stephanie's recital. And in comes Stephanie in her ballet outfit with headphones on, and she's practicing her routine. And Joey and DJ tell her she's been practicing so much and she should stop. Like, seriously, we're getting annoyed by it.
Yeah, no shit.
And they hear rustling at the door, And Stephanie doesn't want her daddy to see her in her ballet outfit, so she quick runs out of the living room and into the kitchen. Yeah, she does, like, sprints off, and Danny comes in saying he got held up at work because he was editing a segment on great moments in bowling. He says he got held up when he couldn't find a second great moment.
It pisses me off.
Yeah.
We both bowl.
Yeah.
Like, let's not make fun of bowling there.
Yeah, come on. I was kind of ticked.
I was ticked.
Yeah.
I knew you'd be.
Yeah. We work hard. We're not just fat slobs, Danny.
Yeah. Drinking beer, bowling.
Right. I mean, we do.
Yeah,
We do drink beer and bowl, but we're not just fat slobs. I mean, there's a lot of fat slobs at the bowling alley.
Right.
But not us.
Not us. Not us.
So DJ reminds Danny she needs to go to the mall after the recital since there's a rad sale. Or I don't know if she says rad sale. I think she probably does. And Uncle Jesse now struts down in his leather suit thing. And I think he has the tie that you claim
What is it?
have.
What is it? What kind of tie is it?
The leather
It's a
strap?
bolo tie.
Bolo tie.
And
just
for
do
you.
have one.
just for you, buddy.
Oh, God.
Just for you to wear.
All right.
So now you look like Uncle Jesse today.
All right.
Look at you in your bolo tie.
Well, you know.
You're looking sharp now. You're going to get all the ladies now.
I better not. I'm married.
That's right. Well, maybe your wife is going to really appreciate
maybe,
that bolo tie.
Maybe when I get home, if the boats are rocking. That was last episode.
That was last.
The boats are rocking. So he's all dressed up to go to a Munchkin Ballet, as he calls it.
He's always pissed that he has to do stuff, too. I love it.
But Jesse makes fun of Joey's outfit for a minute, and then the doorbell rings, and it's a chick. Like, immediately, Danny opens the door, it's a chick, and he goes, "It's for you, Jesse." And Joey immediately takes offense, saying, "How do you know it isn't for me?" And then she says, "Jesse!" And it's Adriana. Adriana, have mercy.
Dude, do you remember what she was wearing, though?
I do.
Holy
I do, actually, on this
smokes. Dude, it was like a two-piece.
It was
Like,
tight.
It was tight. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Adriana, huh? Oh.
Yep, Adriana. So they hug and kiss, and Danny says, "If she is here to see you, Joey, she's very nice to your friends." And Jesse says he met her while skydiving. What did he do? Put the kids to bed and then went out to go
At midnight?
skydiving? Yeah. Because he's always there cooking breakfast and working and being at Stephanie's classroom. And
When does he have time?
yeah, I don't know.
Hell of a man.
Good use of his time, unlike me.
Yeah. We do this.
Yeah,
Instead of skydiving.
Yeah, I watch Full House and Family Matters and then come over here and talk about it. Yeah.
We could be skydiving right now.
Yeah, exactly. No, pass.
Never mind. Pass.
Hard pass. Jesse says that after that, she invited him over to her place, and apparently she lives in Rome. So he went over for the evening in Rome.
Man,
Yeah,
how is that even possible? What money?
Danny's.
Yeah.
Well, Jesse works. He's got his part-time gig.
It's true.
So, and he doesn't pay for rent.
Yeah.
So he's living free. Joey says that's the life, just randomly spending the evening in Rome meeting a woman. And then Michelle makes a noise from the playpen, and Danny picks her up and like tries to play with her and tries to get her to say "Dada, Dada, Dada."
Oh gosh.
And Joey crouches behind Michelle and says, "Dada, okay, now get off my back."
I hate this. Why are we doing this so much? Why are we talking for babies
That's
now?
the same episode.
Back to back,
Both,
huh?
yeah. And then I want to say that's 3 episodes in a row that Joey's done it.
Yeah, you're right.
At least 3. But now the phone rings, and Danny's needed at work to cover the game of the week. And the kids, yeah, he's all pumped, but the kids look sad, and he says he'll be there because UCLA won't delay the kickoff.
Do you think UCL and Stanford will
delay kickoff 3 or 4 hours?
Just for Stephanie's ballet.
Yeah. The kids say they understand, but I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying it either.
Stephanie looks yeah, okay. After DJ says it.
Well, at least that will be on TV.
Yeah, she does say that. So we switch scenes, and Jesse and Adriana are making out down in the garage on Jesse's motorcycle. Like, is that... I guess that's a good spot to go.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess maybe Danny has rules. Maybe he can't bring girls to his room.
Maybe not. I think so.
Probably. But Joey just walks down mid makeout.
Creepily.
Yeah.
Creepily.
Mid makeout session, he walks down, and Jesse notices him and asks if he can help him. And Joey says he needs to talk, and Jesse says, "Go ahead, talk," and continues to make out.
Were they really making out too? I think they were.
Yeah. Oh, they were making out. It was getting hot and heavy. Joey's lucky he came down when he did, because had he waited a few more minutes,
He should have waited a few more minutes. I would have.
He shouldn't have said anything.
Huh?
Just watched from the corner.
Yeah. Definitely.
But Joey sits down, like, literally right next to Adriana on the motorcycle. Like, how creepy.
So creepy.
Like, why doesn't she stop?
Yeah. Like, whoa. I don't know what you two think this is going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Golly. Joey.
But Joey sits down and he starts to talk about needing to make changes in his life. More danger, more excitement, more Adriana. right then, she's probably thinking, "Damn it, no.
No.
I don't know what you think." Jesse says he'll be right back, and Adriana's like, "I'll be right here."
How they do this in every episode? These women are waiting for him.
Mm-hmm. It's Jesse's, man, he's a stud.
He is.
So Jesse wants to know what Joey is talking about, and Joey asks if Jesse has always been this adventurous and cool. And Jesse says since 4, he's been a badass, basically. He took off the training wheels of his bike and never looked back. And then he says he could help give Joey that life. And Joey says he's ready for the commitment it will take to have that life.
Yeah.
So now, new scene. We're in the living room now, and Jesse and Adriana are on the couch eating some fruit together.
Some strawberries.
Yeah.
With some whipped cream on top, huh?
Yep, yeah, it was.
Whipped cream? I said whipped cream. It's whipped cream.
You say whoop cream?
I think I do say whipped cream.
It's
It's whipped cream.
whipped cream.
Cream, yes.
I say whip cream.
Yeah. You ever been fed strawberries with whipped cream on them?
No.
No?
No.
Well, buddy.
No. What the?
Yeah, since it's Valentine's Day
Oh.
or Valentine's week,
Yes, yeah.
I figured I was hoping you would say that, so I got a
No.
strawberry with some whipped cream here.
What a sweetheart.
All right.
Wait, you are not going to feed me a strawberry with whipped cream.
Just close your eyes and think of me of Adriana.
Pretend you're Adriana.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Huh? Everything
Oh.
you thought of?
And more.
And more?
That's pretty good.
So now you've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it before, so
You have with Megan?
that's how I proposed to Megan. Was I guess not with whipped cream, but with chocolate strawberries.
Oh,
So, yeah.
nice. All right.
Yeah. So
Do you want to elaborate on that?
it's real quick. We went to get pizza. I was nervous, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So went down to the local beach, Waco Beach there, and
Okay.
so I popped the trunk. Had a box.
Okay.
She had, I was like, she has no clue. Literally, my wife goes, "You better not be proposing to me." I'm like, no. Like, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm like, how the hell does she know, like, what's in the box?
Right.
You know? So we go down. It was a big box too. So we go down the beach. Nice scene. Uncle Jesse would have done this.
Oh, yeah.
And whipped open, and on chocolate strawberries it said, "Will you marry me?"
Oh,
So,
nice.
and
she
long
said-
story short, she said yes. It was just funny how she's like, "You better not be proposing."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were
The good
called
old
out.
days
Yep. When we were young.
when we were young.
So they were eating some fruit and some strawberries and whipped cream, like we are tonight. And Danny runs in and asks how the recital went. And Jesse says she came on and died and just whatever it was. And Danny's like,
Because
crushed.
it was like the swan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Princess Swan?
Yeah, Princess Swan.
Yeah, so he's crushed. He missed it. But my question is, did Adriana go? Or
Yeah, she did. Because she was kind of nodding a little
was
bit.
she?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because in a minute she talks about the motel. So she might have just went to a motel, but
I think she was like trying to play it sweet so she could make sure he comes back to the motel.
yeah, that's true. That's true. With Jesse, you have to be like,
Yeah.
Most guys
You have to
have to
persuade
like
him.
Yeah, most guys have to like go to the event with your girlfriend.
It's
or
the
whatever, but
opposite way with Uncle Jesse. I mean,
Yeah. Because he can just ditch her and get the next Vanessa or
You're right.
Roxana or whatever. But Danny says he rushed home to take the kids shopping, but Jesse says he already did because he needed to take Joey anyways. And Jesse yells for the girls to come model their new stuff for Danny. And Adriana heads for the door. She says she'll wait for him at the motel and she'll be ready to model off. And she holds up a tiny bag and says, I'll be ready to model off this cute little outfit you bought for me.
So I was debating, should I have grabbed a cute little bag for you to try on, or the strawberries?
I'm glad you went with what you went with.
Okay.
I'll take being fed strawberries with whipped cream by you over you either showing me something in a small bag or modeling something
Yeah. Well,
that came out of a small bag.
it would have been modeling it. By
Yeah.
but-
Oh, I'm sure. Jesse is clearly excited, and he says, "Have mercy again."
Have mercy.
Have mercy. And he immediately jumps over to like the organ that they have in their living room because he starts playing it's probably a piano,
Yeah.
but when he plays it's like
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah.
it's
an organ.
It's organ-esque. If that's
I think they do have those small things though, like a small organ, like home organ thing.
yeah, I guess, but
He's
weird.
really good on it though.
He's amazing. But so the girls model their outfits, and after the routine, Danny says he missed out on a special day, and Uncle Jesse says that isn't all. And now in from the alcove, apparently.
Yeah.
like, did you find it as creepy as I did? Like, how long was he in the alcove?
Yeah, they were eating strawberries. He was there the whole time.
Yeah. So, yeah, Joey comes out with to model his new look.
Bum 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 bum. Wait, no, it's like Bad to the Bone, like dun 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 dun
And
dun.
Joey comes strutting out, leather jacket with a red shirt underneath and some leather pants and gloves and chewing gum.
Yeah,
He's badass.
he's a badass.
Oh, he says something like,
He's
"What's
like,
up, punk?"
Punk. What's up, punk?
Yeah. He tries to act all tough. And Jesse walks over holding Michelle and says something. And then Michelle looks at him and says, "Dada." Danny's horrified. He's like, "What did my daughter just call you?" And Jesse tries to hand her to Danny to say the same thing, but she doesn't. And she keeps calling Jesse and Joey Dada, because then Joey goes, "Hand me the babe." And he takes her. And then she's like, "Dada." And Danny is like appalled. He's so... And he goes, "My sweet little baby, my own flesh and blood, doesn't know I'm her father." And commercial. And when we come back from the commercial, it's still the same scene. Danny's like distraught and admits he needs to spend more time with his kids. No kidding.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Come on now.
he like brings in his friends, and then he's like, "All right, I'm done being a dad. See ya." So Danny says he's taking them out for a father-daughter day, and
Good for him.
yeah.
Good for him.
But now we see Jesse and Joey come into the garage on the motorcycle. They ride in together, and Joey's gripping Jesse so tight, hugging him from
It's
behind.
creepy again.
Yeah, even when they get off the motorcycle, he's
He's
still
like dry
clutched
humping
on-
him. Yeah.
yes, and Jesse's not as upset about that.
No.
I would think he'd be more confused. But anyways, Joey says riding the motorcycle was a revelation. He's ready to be a badass. He doesn't say badass, but
Yeah.
in other words, he's ready to be a badass. He wants to drive Jesse's motorcycle by himself. And Jesse's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you hold your horses, But Jesse doesn't want him to, but after Joey calls it a pig instead of a hog, somehow Jesse's convinced. No, he's originally mad when he says pig.
It's a hog.
Yeah, and then finally he caves in and says, all right, I'll let you ride it once around the block. So the next morning in the girls' room, Danny's videotaping the girls sleeping and waking up. So it's the morning, and Danny tells them, today is Father-Daughter Day, and I'm skipping work.
Woo!
And DJ and Stephanie are pumped. He says they can do whatever they want. They suggest a cruise around the bay. Horseback riding.
Holy shit. Are we going to get this all done in one day?
And then DJ pushes it a little bit by saying, we can buy a big screen TV, a CD player, and a couple of mopeds. And... And Danny says something like, why don't I just give you my credit card? And I don't know, something stupid.
She's like, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. But downstairs, the phone rings, and Jesse answers pissed off and says, Joey, you better get your butt back here. Like, I don't even think he would have known who it was, because I think he just picked up the phone and said
Yeah,
it.
how does he know it's Joey?
Yeah. Because I don't think he said hello, then heard Joey talk, and then he just picked it up. But then Jesse says, what? Chill out, babe? And then he realizes Joey hung up on him. So Joey is taking this badass thing to
A little too far!
Yeah, he's gone from badass to douchebag in just a matter of hours. Now it's in the evening, and we see Joey sneak into the garage with the motorcycle. Like he's creeping in. And Jesse, creepily, from behind a big Santa that's in their garage, says, ho, ho, ho. Like, how would you pee your pants? or shit your pants?
I would be like, holy shit, how long have you been there for?
Yeah, exactly. And Jesse's pissed. So meanwhile, like, Danny and the girls walk up, which saves Joey at least for the moment, from getting his ass kicked, because Jesse has him by the collar, like ready to go.
Because they just came back from all their adventures for the day. Huh?
Yeah, they have their arms full of whatever.
And somehow they're coming through the garage.
Yeah. They didn't drive up or anything, but anyways. So meanwhile, Danny says he and the girls need to go upstairs because they need to be alone or whatever he says. Like, he kind of bailed Joey out, but then he just totally, ditches him. And when they leave, Jesse tells Joey to explain himself. And Joey says he found a girl, and using Jesse's spirit, he had the girl hop on the bike, and they cruised to Vegas and gambled. He was up $14,000.
Holy cow!
And Jesse says, wow. He goes, Then did you, I'm talking about the girl.
Yeah.
And Joey says, yep, we got married. Jesse's face, he's totally like, that's not what I meant.
They missed an opportunity to be like, got married by Elvis.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Did.
That's true. We figure out that he lied about the whole story, because he starts, I can't even remember where else he takes his story. But we figure out he's lying, and Jesse basically onto him, and Joey then says, the truth is, I met a girl that lives down the street. I did win $14,000 in Monopoly money and crashed on her couch. Wait, no. Yeah, tell me why he crashed on her couch.
Why didn't he just come home?
I know. What?
Oh, it's Joey. So he probably got shit-faced.
Yeah.
These are all underlying things that people are not realizing.
That's
that
true.
He gets drunk quite a bit.
Joey probably is an alcoholic, really. And that's why he had to move in. That's why he was the first one to agree to come take care of the girls.
Yeah.
I'm broke. I've spent all my money on beer.
On beer.
And comedian in Dives doesn't make much money.
There you go.
Maybe he gets free drinks being a comedian. That's why
instead of making money.
Yeah, that's true. And Joey apologizes for upsetting Jesse and says he realizes that no matter what, he really just needs to be himself. He can't be anybody but himself. And I think it cuts to a commercial, but the Jesse and Joey conflict is resolved at this point.
Good.
And,
I'm glad to hear.
yeah, I'm glad they're still friends. And after a commercial break, Danny's tucking in the kids, and Stephanie says she loved the father-daughter day. And DJ says very unenthusiastically that she had the best day ever. And
It's like the best day ever.
yeah, yep. And Danny's onto it that she's full of shit.
Yeah.
And he politely kicks Stephanie out of the room, which she knows she's getting kicked out.
She's
so-
like, Danny goes, don't you need some water?
She's
Like, I know what this is. This means there's something going on, so you want me out of the room.
Just like that.
yeah. If you
I'll
need
brush
me-
my teeth and drink some water.
Some
Yeah.
bullshit like that.
She's so cute.
She,
You're
I
not
will-
giving her enough credit.
She is cute in this early seasons.
Yeah. And so Danny, when Stephanie's out, he asks DJ, "What's wrong?" And DJ says she has to put on an act all the time for Stephanie's sake. If she doesn't, then Stephanie will be upset. And I was onto it, and the first time when they said it, DJ didn't look like she was too thrilled.
I didn't notice it. Yeah.
I was onto it. And she admits to being upset because she loves being with her dad, but she knows it will end. And it won't happen as often as they want it to. And, like, they're both fighting back tears. Like, it's touching.
Did you see? Well, so Danny like is on one side of the bed, and then he swings his like massive legs to the other side. And he's like, "Come here, DJ,
Yeah.
Dana Joe, come over here." Yeah.
Yeah. And Danny says he knows what she means. They share a hug while holding back tears, and DJ says just talking about it made her feel better.
Yeah.
And she's like, just talking about
I
it.
hate that you work so much, Dad. Well, get this, DJ. Who else is gonna make all the freaking money in the house?
Exactly.
Dude, you guys want everything. I got Uncle Jesse and I got Joey. I gotta pay for everything.
Yeah.
Like, give me a break for a little bit. Come on.
I gotta buy condoms for Jesse. I gotta buy booze for Joey.
There's not much money left. Holy. I understand she's upset, but come on. You can't see what the hell's going around in the house?
And then earlier, she's wanting to buy big screen TVs
Yeah.
and mopeds. And,
But I'm glad it got resolved, I guess.
Yep. They
For
say-
now.
Yeah. They just kind of agree they need to spend more quality time together. And Danny goes... So they resolve their conflict. No one tells Stephanie she can come back into the room, but
She's still drinking a shit ton of water in that bathroom.
maybe she found one of Joey's bottles hidden somewhere.
He does spend a lot of time in that bathroom.
Yeah. But now Danny goes into Michelle's room to say goodnight and says, "You won't remember this, but I had one of the best days with you." Then he leaves the room and Michelle says, "Dada." And pops back in all like and says, "Yes!"
Yes!
With the big leg kick.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the episode. But so a little trivia. It was a really stupid episode, honestly. Like how this episode was better than Sea Cruise by the IMDb ratings.
Well, Adriana. I mean, holy.
I guess you're right.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
She's better than Roxana. So,
Oh yeah. Oh, that's another check.
check.
Is that six?
6 now.
Yeah, 6 for
6 for Uncle Jesse.
0 for Eddie.
Oh, I hope he catches up, Eddie.
He better. Speaking of Adriana,
Yeah.
that's part of my trivia.
Oh, yes.
So,
I'm all ears.
It's not really trivia, more of a side story, similar to your side stories. But years ago, this is probably, probably about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Kelsey and I just had been married for a little bit, and we watched this episode of Full House.
Oh.
Now, mind you, I don't know if you remember, but for my 22nd birthday, my birthday present from Kelsey was the Full House DVDs. Box set with the house.
Yeah.
Still have it. So we were going through watching all the episodes, at bedtime or whatever. So we watched this episode that day, like sometime in the morning, I think it was. And later on that day, like later in the evening, we were watching the first of the Austin Powers movies.
Okay,
Austin Powers,
okay.
Spy Who Shagged Me. And so we're watching that, and we're just hanging out, And then Alata Fagina comes on screen. We're both like, she looks really familiar, but we're like, gosh, who is she? And then Kelsey realized that it's Adriana.
No way.
So in the same day, me and my wife watched her on Full House in 1987, then watched her on Austin Powers in 1997.
No way.
Yeah. So
That's
it's
crazy.
yeah. So
Is
it's
she still good looking?
yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
She's like trying to get Austin Powers, like basically
Yeah.
trying to seduce Austin Powers,
Yeah.
and she's
She
still holds up.
She's still playing the character.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
that's honestly a crazy
It was
story.
because it's not like we watched like Vince Vaughn
Yeah.
or Will Ferrell on a show to
Right.
This
This is
different
just
show.
a-
This is a random
Character.
yeah. So it was really weird. That's it.
Good for her. Good for her.
Yeah. And the only other trivia I have is this is the first episode in which no one said hell.
Oh yeah.
No one.
HE double hockey sticks.
Yep.
Nobody said it.
Nope. But that leads us to what's in the mind of Alex for this one.
So okay. This might be out of order, but
Okay.
what really was on my mind during this episode.
I know what was really on your mind.
Okay. Besides that. In the garage. So the garage door. It's weird. Like it's not your typical garage door.
Right.
It has the two arms and it's just weird. It's not like your retractable garage door. This is honestly on my mind. You'll see it.
Okay.
The other thing is, Joey starts up the motorcycle before he leaves on his adventure. Mm-hmm. So the motorcycle is going. The garage door isn't open yet.
Right. They say that. They make a
Do
joke.
they?
Yeah. Jesse says like, you got to open the garage first or
Yeah,
whatever.
okay.
He
But
does say. I thought that too. I almost wrote it down, and then I'm like, oh, they got it.
yeah,
But-
so I was like really concerned
Yeah.
about it. Well, I was more concerned about
the exhaust.
going because motorcycles give off some
That's
exhaust.
true. That is.
I mean, that's a Harley.
Right. Yeah.
So-
Maybe that's why Joey had to stay at the ladies' house. He got
got
a little ways down the street.
He got a little dizzy from the
He had too much fumes in his system. so he passed out there.
Yeah, so it was. I don't know. I'm still stuck on Adriana
Yeah, well.
because what a hell of. I mean, she wanted Uncle Jesse.
Oh, that was obvious.
Did he go there?
We don't even know.
We don't know.
He was too interested in what Joey was doing.
Yeah.
Joey took his motorcycle. Joey cockblocked him. And
Yeah, because so the scene ended
with her going to the motel. To get ready to try on this little thing.
Yeah. So did he go and then come quick home afterwards?
Yeah, because the next time you see Jesse,
It's the next
it's the
day.
morning.
Yeah.
He's home.
Ooh.
Did
I
he
wonder.
stand her up?
There's no way.
No, there would be no way he
I-
would stood her up.
Wait a minute. And like the girls, like he took everybody shopping. The girls not realize that like he took her to a lingerie shop.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, who was watching all the girls?
Joey was there.
Okay.
He
Okay.
told Joey, "You go pick out this dress.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over to Victoria's Secret."
And my last thing
Okay.
is so Joey and Jesse are in the garage.
Yeah.
DJ, Danny, and Stephanie are upstairs doing their whole spiel.
Right.
When Danny walks into Michelle's room, Michelle's like up and wild.
Yeah.
And like who was taking care of Michelle this whole time?
I know.
At this point now, Michelle can walk.
Yeah.
So she can obviously scale over a crib.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So that was on my mind.
Yeah.
I was.
That would be a disaster.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it.
That's
How'd you
it?
like your strawberry?
It was amazing.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that I'm the first person to
That
ever
is the first person to feed me
whipped
whipped cream
on a
strawberries.
strawberry.
I've had chocolate covered
Strawberries,
fed to me.
but never whipped cream.
Never whipped cream. No.
Thank you, Adriana, for my experience that I got to do today.
Me too. I'm
I hope
excited.
I hope she watches us or listens to us.
Listen,
Listens to us.
I hope she does not. But the next episode of Full House is Knock Yourself Out.
Ooh, knock
So-
yourself out.
Yeah, this is an interesting one.
Huh.
It's,
I'm
be all right.
intrigued.
all right.
I wonder who gets knocked out. Hopefully it's Joey.
Hopefully. But, all right. So thank you for tuning in for another episode of TGIF Renegades.
Coming at you!
We are so happy you gave us a listen. And remember to please join us every Friday for a new episode. And if you need to keep up on Family Matters and Full House, because you definitely want to watch them after we talk about them.
Yeah,
Because
right. Or wow. Oh,
yeah,
wow. Right?
yeah, wow. Ooh, that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
They're available. All episodes are available on Hulu.
Of course they are, because I watch them on Hulu.
Right, with your own account, right?
Not so much.
Yeah.
I use your account.
Right.
But I did get you the strawberry. So.
That's true. You bought yourself another week.
Yes!
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank
Alex.
you. Thank you.
But anyways, if you want to know where to listen to us, I mean, you're listening to us right now.
Yeah.
So if you want further ways of listening to us, you can always go online to tgifrenegades.com, and that'll give you a whole list of where we're at. Spotify, Apple, Google, you name it, we're probably on it.
Right. And then, so if you want to check out who wore it better in this episode of Family Matters,
Yep.
for instance, between me or Eddie, who wore our basketball outfits better, you can check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
Yep, we are all over the web. So.
And also, you can check out Kenny eating that strawberry for the first time on there.
Oh, gosh.
And his bolo tie that I got him.
It's great. I'm almost as good looking as Jesse. I'm going to be wearing the bolo tie that Uncle Jesse was wearing while eating strawberries.
Yes, you will be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, check us out. It's TGIF Renegades.
Yep. TGIF
On
Renegades.
Instagram, Facebook.
Yep.
So, yeah, with that, like we always say,
Thank
God,
it's
Friday! Hey, Kenny, grab me another beer.